At Wildlife Conservation Network, we believe there is hope for even the most threatened species, and we know it will take a community working together to make that hope a reality. That's why we invest in local leadership and conservation around the world, support a network of partners with bold, effective solutions, and establish wildlife funds to save a threatened species across its entire habitat. We connect donors with the conservation work they support and ensure 100% of their money goes to the work they care about. Together, we're building a world where people and wildlife can coexist and thrive.
What inspires me about Expo is the energy.
Expo is a unique event in the world that brings together amazing conservationists.
I like the creativity. A lot of us are dealing with similar challenges and even similar toolkits, but the flavor of the approaches varies from place to place.
Expo is like a Christmas time. It's like that time when you meet your family. We are given this opportunity to enlighten those that we meet in the Expo about what we do as conservationists.
It's everything. Learning from each other, sharing our sorrows and our successes. The donors, it's even funny to call them donors because most of them become friends. Every time you go back, you can give that energy back to your team.
Interacting with people that love conservation and wildlife as much as I do.
Meeting our supporters have made such a huge difference.
The energy and the buzz and the passion of all the different individuals here.
It just makes me feel that we're not alone. There are people who really want to support our work.
Coming here reminds me that people care, and because people care, I have every reason to keep going.
When we leave Expo, it's always sad, but we come back with a renewed sense of purpose and excitement for what we do.
Good morning, everyone. All right, we'll try this again. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, actually.
Good afternoon, everyone.
So we're going to do introductions a little different today. I'm Collomb. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for the Wildlife Conservation Network, and I have the pleasure and the privilege of being joined on stage today here by Rosamira Guillen, a great friend, an amazing conservationist, who also happens to be my boss, as she also sits on the WCN board.
Thank you, Gigi. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rosamira Guillen. I'm the Executive Director of Proyecto, Tití, and a very proud partner of the Wildlife Conservation Network for 20 years already this year. So very excited to be here, and now I'm Gigi's boss, so that's good. Welcome, dear friends, and welcome new friends of our 2024 Wildlife Conservation Expo. It is amazing to have you here and to have the opportunity to share with you what WCN and all the conservationists are doing around the world to protect endangered species. And it's very fun to see many familiar faces and many new faces. And with that, even if, enjoy this gathering, and even if you've been coming for 20 years to the Expo, or if this is your first Expo, you are a very critical part of what we do, and you make this possible. So thank you for being here today and for sharing with us this amazing event.
Yeah, thank you, Rosamira. I want to go quickly. Several of you are familiar, but I know there are new people who are joining us for the first time. And I want to go quickly over our mission, and then we'll move on to hear the wonderful conservationists. But our mission at WCN is to protect endangered wildlife by supporting these conservationists who ensure that wildlife and people coexist and thrive. And so how do we do that? Well, we've got three core strategies. Our first strategy is that we invest in conservation organizations who form our partners network. Our second strategy is that we nurture the education and the career of emerging conservationists who form our rising wildlife leaders. And our third strategy is that we leverage the collective impact of multiple projects that focus on a species and reverse the decline of that species throughout the range and their entire habitat through our wildlife funds. So this year, we've got an extraordinary achievement. Our wildlife funds, or 5 wildlife funds, have crossed a milestone, having raised and deployed over $100 million, actually over $110 million, to more than 1,000 projects to over 200 grantees. And that's a huge milestone that we're very proud of. We know that these three strategies work, and I'll leave that over to Rosamira.
Yeah, they are working. So investing in individuals, investing in our conservation partners, and investing in the projects has certainly helped us advance on the mission to protect some of the most amazing wildlife species around the planet and the landscapes where they live in, and to support the people that they share the territory with. So, over the past 20 years, we've welcomed 26 conservation partners. That is the network right now. And we have provided the opportunity to 217 wildlife rising leaders that are the future of conservation around the planet.
Yeah, and thanks to your support, overall, we've raised more than $345 million that we've been able to deploy for conservation. That's an astounding amount, and we really thank you for your trust and your generosity for enabling us to do that, because that amount of money really goes down to all these conservationists on the ground and allows them to have impact. And it's thanks to the relationships that you've built with the conservationists over the years that we've been able to achieve that and look to doing a lot more in the coming years. Our core values really guarantee that I think you're in good hands when you trust us with helping you decide where to invest those hard-earned dollars and put them in different conservation organizations.
Right, and we believe that when it comes to conservation and wildlife conservation, everybody can contribute, And, that's why we give so much stress to collaboration and community among ourselves, with you guys, and with the people in the amazing places where we work.
We also place a really high emphasis on service, service to the conservationists, but service to all of you. We want to make sure that we do the most good for wildlife. And then we place also really high importance on integrity, whether it's financial transparency or financial accountability. We want to make sure that you guys know where your dollars are going, and so we guarantee that each of your designation donations, 100% of that will go to those projects. And for the past 20 years, we've really been humbled by that trust that you've put in us to bring some of these incredible conservation efforts forward. As an imperfect, but still a measure that we're proud of, Charity Navigator, which is the largest independent charity evaluator in the United States, has given WCN a 4-star rating and a 100% rating, so we're really proud of that. And hopefully that gives you trust to continue to invest in all of our partners.
Right, and our reach has continued to expand across the world in a moment where we see more and more challenges with the landscapes and the species. Climate change is impacting, as we see on the headlines every day on the news, the people and the wildlife and the landscapes that we all share. And endangered the wildlife crime and also deforestation and habitat loss continue to be a threat for these amazing species. So more than anything now, we need to continue on and keep it all going.
That's right. And so when the behavior of wildlife is disrupted by the effects of climate change or the effects of other people's interaction, it often leads to increased conflict. And most of the time, wildlife is on the losing end of those conflicts. So we recognize that, wildlife conservation, climate change, our own health, all of those issues are really interconnected. And so we support a holistic approach to conservation that's driven by these field-based organizations, by the communities with whom they work. Because just as the web of life really intersects across all these species and across all these challenges, well, so do the solutions. So we believe these solutions will come from that interconnected space. And it's really important to recognize the reality of those challenges, but we don't like to focus on the negative. We are really here to focus on the positive, and there's so many different reasons to be hopeful about the future. Many of those reasons are sitting right here in this room and in the room upstairs. It's all of you coming to showing up and providing support, giving us your friendship, your trust, and meeting all the conservationists. That fills us with hope. So you're proof of that hope that we have. All of you have given us a boost. There's really no limit, we feel, of what we can do when we work together, when we put all of our efforts together, share, learn from each other, keep an open mind to what we can do for wildlife and for people all across the world.
Right, like thanks to you, the Spectacle Bear Conservation just put colors on bears in the Machu Picchu area in Peru. And,
No, go.
yeah. Oops, sorry. The one. Oh, there's, there's the bear. And now they've also put camera traps all over the place, and that is going to help them understand better the landscape and also design strategies that can help them protect not only bears, but lots of other wildlife present in this area, and also try to establish a 1.5 million acre UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in Machu Picchu. Okay.
I'll go back one, and I'll say it's also thanks to you. That's all right.
I got ahead, sorry, Gigi.
It's also thanks to you that we've been able to help pangolins through the Pangolin Crisis Fund. But in this particular case, we're really happy to work with a sister organization, Wild Aid, that was able to support the passing of a new legislation in Cameroon, legislation that had actually been in the works for 30 years that improved the kind of toughness that was required in order to enforce the laws. So this legislation has a huge impact for protection of pangolins, but also of multiple other species in Cameroon. And then you've also helped, through the California Wildlife Program support, provide on-the-ground support to various crossing projects here in California. Hopefully you'll have a chance to learn about this. There's been a $1 million pledge through California Wildlife Reconnected, which is a true collaboration of different organizations coming together to ensure that we don't have a fragmented landscape right here in our own backyard. And you've helped the King of Beasts, lions. With the Lion Recovery Fund, we've supported conservation projects for lions across more than 25 countries. It's helped increase the population of lion quite significantly in Botswana, thanks to the support and the work of one of our grantees, an organization called Claws, that has reduced retaliatory killings for lions when they come into conflict with populations. And that's been a huge, huge support and a tremendous difference for lions in Botswana.
Yeah, and this year, WCN has welcomed 4 new organizations working with amazing species around the planet to the family network of WCN, and Misol Foundation working to protect coral reefs and countless marine species in the waters of Indonesia. Proyecto Washu, who's protecting the one of the most endangered primates, not the cutest one, the brown-headed in Malaysia and Borneo. Not that I'm biased or anything. Seratu Atai is safeguarding the Bornean elephant and promoting coexistence from people and wildlife in the Malaysian Borneo. And the small mammal conservation organization protecting highly endangered and little-known bats, the species in Nigeria. So we're very excited to welcome these 4 organizations into the family, the WCN family, and help them expand their incredible work and protect this beautiful species.
And it's always wonderful to see the generosity of all the partners welcoming other organizations, remembering also they've also been there at some point. But there's so many different organizations doing great work. And so thanks to your support, your generosity, we're able to bring some of these organizations in and present them to you, give them a platform, a stage so that they can connect. There's a little bit more that we are excited to share. I'm going to try to go quite quickly, and maybe we'll go even more quickly when it comes down to the logistics of Expo, but we're really excited to announce that we are launching today a Painted Dog Fund. So that's an additional fund to complement the efforts of our other wildlife funds. And this is really important. We feel that painted dogs, unfortunately, have been really at the brunt end of some of the most severe decline for predators in Africa. And these dogs are incredible animals. They care for their young. They care for sick members of our pack. And so we're bringing the Wildlife Fund model that provides a portfolio approach across the entire range of those species to try to help these guys and double their population. We're also expanding our Rising Wildlife Leader strategy. With the launch of the Amazonia program, we're going to have 26 participants in our first cohort of emerging conservation leaders in Amazonia. We are doing this thanks to the support of the Gordon Betty Moore Foundation and the World Bank's Jeff. So if they're in the room, big thanks to them. But we're hoping that we can expand this pilot program with your support. So if you're interested in learning more about this, please come and find us, and we'll be happy to tell you about what we can do in this incredible ecosystem that WCN actually has not been terribly present in for the past 20 years. I could really go on and on about all the different ways in which WCN is expanding the conservation the conservationists are having more and more impact, but I think you really want to hear from them. So we're going to go quickly over some of the logistics.
That's what the Expo is for you guys to find out what we're all doing. And we're going to have this stage down here, and there's another stage up there. There's going to be presentations happening simultaneously, but don't worry, soon after the Expo, all the presentations are going to be uploaded in WCN's YouTube channel, and you can go and see them all. And then in between the talks, you can go and go around the booths, the marketplace, meet one-on-one with the conservationists, interconnect in between you, and also support the artisans and the people that of the work that they're showing in all those booths. Do your Christmas shopping here.
Little eco mochilas.
Eco mochilas, little plushies like this. Lots for you to choose from these amazing people, artisans around the world, and do your Christmas shopping here. This is a great place to do that.
We'll have 2 dance acts and musical acts also in between, so there'll be a bit of something different. So please come and check those out. And then if you get hungry, there's also some food trucks not too far away. There's a Chase City not too far away, but hopefully you've had lunch before coming, and you can now enjoy all the presentations. There are QR codes probably displayed around the venue, so you can have access to a full schedule and see which presentations you want to attend. As Rosamira said, they're all recorded, so you can catch them online. And then there are two new things that we haven't done in the past is we're going to have an impact lounge. You have to go out these doors, but basically behind that wall, where you'll have the opportunity to talk to our wildlife fund directors at, I believe that is at 3 p.m. from 3 to 4:15 p.m. And then at 4:45 p.m., you'll have the opportunity in the Impact Lounge to talk to our Rising Wildlife Leaders representatives who are here. So we've got several people who are representing the Rising Wildlife Leaders program. They also have a little tag kind of underneath a conservationist thing, and you can also find them in between the talks and go speak to them. Finally, I want to thank our Expo sponsors, the Whittier Trust, the Gordon Betty Moore Foundation, for making this Expo possible. I want to thank all of you for coming here, especially the conservationists for traveling from so far away. They'll be the first ones to tell you that it's not just them doing the work. It's their team and it's thousands of community members. So when they're up here, they're really representing a very large movement. Mm-hmm. I want to thank the WCN staff and the volunteers. If I had a little bit more time, I'd make them stand up, but they're probably happy if I don't have to do that. But big round of applause to all of you, all of them, and the conservationists. So please do not be shy. Go talk to them, go talk to each other. The whole point of Expo is really designed to be building these connections. It's about building that trust. If you have a chance to go visit them in the field, do so. If you don't, this is your next best thing. They're really extraordinary people, and they're all here eager to talk to you.